Done. Intro. It's intro time. Shush. Everyone shut up. What's going on, all you main characters? Welcome to the 60-somethingth episode of the Third Party Podcast. It's me and the boys. We got the Cody.
What's up?
We got Slim participating via remote.
I'm here again.
He did it.
I did it.
He's here. I'm so excited. This is going to be a good episode. We got Ghost of Tsushima's sequel. Had a trailer release, a gameplay trailer.
Not a gameplay trailer.
What was the
cinematic trailer?
Cinematic trailer. Thank you. I knew it was a qualifier. I knew there was something on the trailer that made it special. I know. I fucked everything up.
Anything.
But the sequel released. There's a lot of stories surrounding it. Mixed reviews. Cody is our resident Ghost of Tsushima expert in the house, so I imagine he'll have plenty to talk about with that. And we got some stories pulled up for it. We also have information breaking now that the taxes have come out for Disney Star Wars. We know what they lost on the Acolyte.
Ugh.
So we're gonna be talking about that for sure. Oh yeah, they made so much fucking money from that project. They
so much money they decided to cancel it.
Yeah, they canceled it so that they would stop making too much money.
Yeah,
that's one does.
There were some losses in Hollywood. Some legends of the silver screen have passed away. We're going to be talking about them and their contributions to the cinema industry. And if we have time, we're going to get into the Geeks and Nerds drama that happened earlier this week, where we have apparently just a bunch of like terrible, mediocre B-list celebrities who are like, we're relevant. Please look at us.
There's some A-listers in there, but
I didn't see one. Yeah. I didn't see a single one. Before we get into any of that, Cody, what have you been up to this week? Nerd stuff. What nerd stuff you doing?
What the hell have I been up to? I haven't been playing anything new. Watched the Penguin. Can't wait for the Penguin this Sunday.
Talk about Penguin a little bit.
It's fucking great, dude. Like, it's a show that I didn't need or want, and people were like, it's actually not that bad. Check it out. It's like, fuck, dude, I want the next episode now.
It's episodic releases?
Yeah, right? Weekly, yeah.
Weekly? I know Amazon will drop like 2 or 3 episodes at a time, even though it's weekly. Yeah. With certain projects, but this is one episode, 1 hour. This is
Max, though. Max always does weekly.
Max does good stuff. Max does good times.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a crime drama, like freaking like Godfather kind of thing. They actually make the Penguin like an fun character to follow around.
Okay, because I mean he waddles a lot, so you
there's a lot of waddling. They show his ugly ass foot, and you're like, damn, I don't need to see that again,
dude. That's like House's leg. You don't want to see it. You just want to know it exists. Slim, what have you been up to, my main man? Haven't taught you much this week, so what have you been doing?
Lots of Frostpunk 2.
Tell me about Frostpunk 2.
How many? It's a good old. It's a city builder. I think it's got like a 85 on Steam right now. I haven't looked for a while.
85 players?
No, 85%.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Thumbs up.
I'm sorry.
I have 46 hours into it already.
Damn,
it's fun.
So Frostpunk 2, do you play it as campaign? Like, is it a campaign or is it just like a free builder? Like Minecraft is like a free builder.
There's a story into it, and then after you beat the story, you can go like they have like 8 different scenarios. I think at the time, maybe 7.
So you'd say
play through scenarios and.
So you'd say a strong recommend.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it right now. I feel like city builders. That is, it's nothing like the first Frostpunk. So if you're going in there, because I like the first one a lot. If you're going there thinking it's gonna be Frostpunk, like
yeah, it's gonna be a genre.
It's not that like
it's gonna be a genre.
It's just another city builder.
All right.
Top down, trying not to kill a bunch of people.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just going for it. Everything's going to shit, and then like I found this industrial coal mine. They're like, oh, we can get this stuff from it. I just threw everyone in there.
Get the kids to work.
I did not
put the kids in the coal mine.
I did not realize how bad at like not tabletop, but top-down strategy games I was until I started playing Age of Empires 2 with Slim. So we were playing Age of Empires 2, and he'd have his brother or a friend of his come on, and we'd have Mithras on as well. And we were talking about like how we could play this game in more unique, clever, fun ways, and like mix and match teams and stuff. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm like, what do you mean? It's just gonna be you against the 3 of us. Like, you could play all 3 of us, Slim, and you would not have sweated. Because it would have...
No, I used to play that game a lot, so yeah.
Yeah. That and Rainbow Six Siege. I would have loved to have played Rainbow Six Siege with you and have you carry.
Back in the heyday.
I like how we downloaded and played it for one night, kind of dominated it, and then we never picked it up again.
Well, I asked you like the next week, and you're like, I'm busy. I'm like, oh.
And it turned out to be the case that I couldn't play because it wasn't cross-play on PC for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be one of these updates.
My relationship with Rainbow Six Siege is so fucking strained. Like, it's so bad. Like, Slim and Mithras tried to get me into playing Rainbow Six Siege years ago, and I had stopped. Like I removed it from my console and stopped paying for Xbox Live, and they talked me into it. So I bought. Yeah, I bought a year of Xbox Live. I bought the game for $60, so I'm $120 in. They played it like that night, and then like didn't let me know the other times they were playing, and so I never played again until the other month when you guys were talking about it. We were all like, okay, let's get back into Rainbow Six Siege, and I downloaded it on Steam, and then it's not cross-platform with PC players. I'm just like, fuck this. I'm refunding immediately.
We've been having that problem, like. Because with My Hero too, we were gonna play that, and I got like 200 hours on my PlayStation, and I was like, fuck, it's not crossplay. So I go in and I got like, I don't know, 10 hours maybe on my Steam version. Nothing's unlocked. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, Slim, we were trying to play one night, and we found out very quickly it wasn't crossplay. Good news is that it's a free to play game, right?
Yeah, it is free to play.
So you have it on. So you had it on PC. And on PlayStation.
Yeah, I've spent money on the PlayStation version though.
Yeah, so you had all these cosmetics and skins that we can't show on the stream tomorrow.
And characters.
Yeah. Oh well. Will be fun anyway.
Oh well.
Me, I've been doing Rick and Morty and shit. I've been
rewatching Rick and Morty.
No, like so what was it? I lost access to my Jack Sparrow account.
Okay.
So this week, I could only watch content on platforms that I already was subscribed to. So it was either Crunchyroll, YouTube, or Max, and I couldn't find anything I really wanted to like watch before like I go to sleep. So I like comedies when I go to bed, and I watched every comedy like 700 times on Crunchyroll already. I've already watched Harmon Quest, Konosuba. Love both those shows, but I can't watch them more times in a row now. And so I threw on Rick and Morty, and I forgot that they had 7 seasons.
Oh yeah.
And Max doesn't stop playing. Max doesn't have a like pause, continue watching ?
No, it's continuous.
Yeah, so I wake up in the middle of season 7 every morning.
Dude, yeah, I started Dexter last night because I've never seen it.
Oh yeah?
Ooh.
It was actually pretty good. And I fell asleep to that, and I had the weirdest fucking dreams.
Slim, have you seen it?
Dexter, yeah, I've seen all the way through it. It's pretty good until the
last
very
season.
End, and then it kind of disappoints.
Ooh, I hate disappointing.
Seems to be an ongoing theme with long-running shows.
They just didn't end it well, but you'll enjoy the whole ride till the very last episode.
There are shows that I think have a decent ending to them. Like me and Cody disagree on the ending of Sons of Anarchy. I think Sons of Anarchy ending was actually good.
I didn't even watch last season. I just knew how it ended.
Yeah, so I like the ending of Sons of Anarchy. House ends really well in my opinion. It's like it
never finished that show.
House ends really, really well.
Doesn't it have like 12 seasons?
8.
Is it only 8?
Yeah, so it was close. Oh. You were close to 12.
Well, Dexter only has 8 too, and I started that one.
A lot of those types of shows only go for like so many. I mean, I think How I Met Your Mother got to 9, or was it 10?
7 or 9. I remember it being odd.
Okay,
I think it was 9.
Okay. All right.
I know one whole season was just the wedding. That was annoying.
Yeah.
That was the last season.
It's
9 seasons.
I don't think that show ended well. Like I didn't hate like the mother.
The mother is the mother's the villain in the Penguin. Same actress.
Ooh, damn. All right.
Cool.
I also have been watching. I've been like casually watching, so I'm not sitting down one night just to binge it. But I like if I'm bored, I'll throw it on. I've been watching Billions. And I really like that show. I've really enjoyed that show.
Billions.
I just keep on seeing that one short on YouTube where he's at a sushi bar or whatever and just starts yelling at a guy.
So Slim,
you're fucking his art up the ass.
So Billions is a show about these shows about this guy Alex.
It's based on a real guy, ain't it?
I don't know. I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's this like huge hedge fund guy, just really famous hedge fund manager, and it's a drama about like his life plus his like relationship to like the SEC who's trying to like take or the financial like government agency that's trying to like take him down. For
the IRS?
No, it's not the IRS. I don't know which government agency. They have so many. They don't need.
Have 3 letters.
They don't need any more agencies. Less agencies.
They don't need any more. Less is better.
Anyway, I did a horrible job of summarizing Billions.
It's about rich people being dicks.
It is, yes. All right, let's jump into our first story. we're going to be talking about the Ghost of Tsushima trailer sequel. God damn it. I can't talk
It's Ghost of Yotei.
Ghost of Yotei. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about that. It seems like it's getting a lot of mixed reviews. Like, in one hand, people wanted a Ghost of Tsushima like a second game for that. That's
the first one's fucking awesome.
Exactly. And so right now was kind of like the ideal time to release something like that if you could do it right, because everyone's about to like.
I love these dueling brands. It's like you got HBO with House of the Dragon, always kind of posts some shit or does like a trailer drop when Rings of Power is doing something.
Yeah.
And just owns them.
Or you have Wendy's and Burger King.
Yeah, and now Ubisoft is postponing the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows. And then Ghost of Yotei comes out and everyone's like, RIP Assassin's Creed, because it takes place in the exact same period.
Yeah. And they have guns and shit. So apparently they have
Guns and shit.
Apparently they've introduced a good variety of weapons. Like the main protagonist in this game will be dual wielding katanas, and then they'll also have like that century fire like guns that they'll have access to. And basically, like I was watching a interview while the trailer was running in the background, and they were talking about how they wanted to introduce all of these new weapons into the game, but they wanted the mechanics to feel very much like the original game. They wanted people to still have that same experience while getting more for it. So they wanted to have variety of weapons. So
yeah, I mean the combat flowed really good in the first one. It's just there was a lack of different enemies. So it kind of just started to feel samey about fucking 30 hours in.
Right. I imagine.
And you're just constantly switching between stances, but
you get 30 hours into anything, it's going to feel a little stagnant.
Yeah, especially when you play like 12 hours a night and then the next night 12 hours.
So we have the first story. So the sequel receives mixed reactions from gamers as game features female protagonist.
Oh no.
We should talk about that because even our channel, even our videos on Assassin's Creed Shadows was like, you can't have a female like lead character, like a female shinobi or whatever.
That was never the problem.
Well, exactly. It really wasn't.
No.
And I don't know. I mean,
well, this one right away when I was like, oh, it's a chick. I'm like trained now to be like, all right, we're going full woke. But
exactly.
It could be just fine.
Exactly. I mean,
I don't have a problem with the female protagonist. It's 1600s Japan. It's still kind of weird having female Ronin Ronin / ghost running around killing people, but I can get over it.
It's about as weird or uncommon as like shield maidens in Viking history or like the shield.
There's more truth behind that.
Yeah. But I mean, like if you insert it into a game, it's kind of you're gonna have a similar reaction to it, even if it is more likely or more common.
Voice actress / I don't know if she's the character model or not, is batshit insane.
We are going to talk about that for sure.
At all.
We do have that story. We are going to get to that absolutely. But
I got no problem. I'm not like really hyped for this or anything.
Slim, what is your reaction to like female characters? How much? I mean, you must hate it.
Oh yeah, you know me.
I know
no,
it's straight misogynist.
As long as the gameplay and it's implemented well. I mean, who cares? Don't change like history or force anything on people. But if it's like your game's like a Fallout kind of game or a story progression game, yeah, who cares?
Yeah, people are kind of pissed that it wasn't Jin as the main character again. But that one took place in like 1270s during the Mongol invasion. Right. This one takes place in the 1600s or 15, 16. I don't remember.
Hold on.
During the Sengoku period, like the Warring States.
I think the article might say, but we'll keep talking about it. But yeah, we pulled up the trailer and the reaction on the trailer. So we have it on PlayStation's YouTube channel. How many views did this get? Almost nearly 5 million views.
1603 it takes place, yeah.
It takes place in setting takes place in 1603. Nearly 5 million views. I mean, for a video game, that's actually kind of low. I think isn't that kind of low for like an opening trailer?
5 million views?
I think that.
How long ago? It was also only 3 days ago.
Okay, sure. I mean, Dr. Disrespect's return video got 2.5 million in one day.
And it's exclusive for PlayStation.
Right.
So you don't have the PC crowd really giving a shit or Xbox.
Fair enough. But the ratio is we got 270,000 to 20,000. So the trailer obviously sparked a reaction of like positivity. I mean,
Well, people are stoked, and I think this whole controversy is getting like way out of hand. Like I'm seeing YouTube shorts about it, and it's like people are already losing their minds over having a female protagonist. Like it's not really that thing. It's just something that people notice and are already like, well, if you're switching that up, who knows what else you're gonna switch up. But
Yeah.
everyone's just like waiting for like gameplay or story trailer to come out, see what it's like.
well, and I mean, we knew a lot more. We knew a lot more much earlier with Assassin's Creed Shadows because they had Yasuke, and it was kind of a hard not to notice
Yeah.
what they were doing. And yeah, and they had a reputation. You're banking on this this development studio. Who's the development studio for
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch? They obviously have, I would almost argue it's a cult following. Like it seems very much like you love this game or you hate this game. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, some people found it boring and then like returned to it years later, and they're like, I don't know why I wasn't really getting into it. It's kind of slow. It's not like a balls to the wall action game.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of running around in the open environment, and it's one of the best looking games I've ever played.
Does this studio have other titles under its name I'd recognize?
The Infamous series.
Infamous series. Okay. So no.
You don't? Okay. I was about to start playing it actually today.
No was shorter.
No, you play as, that's like came out in 2009. You play as this dude that gets like superpowers, electric superpowers.
Oh, okay. That sounds pretty fun.
They got like 3 or 4 games.
So do you have any, I mean,
Oh, and Sly Cooper. They did Sly Cooper series.
okay. You definitely didn't lead. You didn't lead right with this one.
I forgot about that one. That one's less in my mind because I'm about to play Infamous today.
You know this series called Infamous? Oh,
It was popular, right?
yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Fuck you guys. I'm going home.
Screw you guys. Hey. No, but the reason I was asking what other titles they'd have under their name is because I was wondering if a lot of studios have built a reputation, and regardless of whether it's a positive or a negative one, with like modernization in games or trying to go for your modern audience, gender swapping, race swapping, history rewriting. I mean, all these different types of accolades a development studio could earn by virtue of putting out their products. It doesn't seem like from this roster you're giving me that this studio has any sort of history of doing things like that. So with
What do you mean, like, oh, yeah, no, nothing they've done before has been like historical based or like in reality.
right. So I mean, if they're not getting into they're not bringing modern politics into their games they've already done, is kind of what I'm thinking.
Not that I can tell. No, the last one before Ghost of Tsushima would have been Infamous Second Son that came out in 2014,
Okay.
and Ghost came out in 19.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, pizza. What was it? Gamergate. I had to say Pizzagate.
Pizzagate.
Gamergate was 2016, 2014.
I don't remember.
We did a video on it. I'm pretty sure it was 2014. But yeah, so this would have been subject to all of that stuff. It was definitely in an environment where the conversations about like misogyny in gaming and toxicity in gaming were all abound.
Well, if you read voice actress's Twitter,
we should probably move into the next story because I think that's going to be
opinions.
Okay. So what do we got here? So I think she does look exactly like her character. Just saying. It's I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you what it is about her that makes me think she's probably the face model for her
This
character.
might give me some backlash, but looks a lot like Aquafina. You know that Asian rapper actress chick?
Yeah. Yeah, I see.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Okay, so the story we got. Ghost of Yotei protagonist is voiced by radical activist Erika Ishii, who thinks the police are white supremacists and supports transgender ideology. We could tackle that backwards. The transgender ideology thing, it's like this isn't a game where that's probably going to have any exposure. Like, I don't see where you'd put that in a game.
Oh,
like
they're not
this.
going to have double mastectomy scars in your character in 1600 Japan?
Why wouldn't that be a good thing?
Why can't they do that?
We want options, people.
We need variety.
We're
We
doing
need
another
We need
game.
variety.
wheelchair shinobi.
Yeah, why can't my guy
You
have...
think he can drift
leg.
and have like a boost on it and shit?
It's not Tokyo Drift.
Shoots arrows out
Ghost-
the arms.
It's Ghost of Yotei. It's not Tokyo Drift. Oh, there's a lot of okay. So on the transgender thing, it's hard not to find people who are in this. I feel weird calling it the creative quote unquote space, but I mean it's hard not to find that ideology in that space, but because it seems so prominent now.
Well, and most creative people already are mentally ill.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're psychopaths, a lot of them. The police thing, I think, is probably getting to be a little bit more popular of a opinion across.
I think it's died down since 2020.
I think it's definitely died down since 2020, but I mean, it takes one.
I don't know. Election's coming up. We'll see if they bring it back.
It takes one meth head on a speedball to kill himself for everyone to lose their mind.
Everyone loses their mind.
So it could definitely happen. But yeah, her Twitter, her everything is blown up with a lot of ideology and a lot of.
That's where most of the backlash is coming from. It's like, all right, you got this voice actress / maybe model as the main protagonist. Who knows how much of her input or whatever bleeds into the game?
Yeah, and that's where I think like you said, the concern comes from her. The developer, I mean, other people, it seems like are kind of holding strong. I mean, it's the same. I imagine it's the same like people building the game as it was in Ghost of Tsushima.
Maybe, I don't know. It's been 5 years.
Oh man, a lot of things could change in 5 years, I suppose.
We know how well shows and games do when their cast comes out and is like actively against half the population.
Yeah,
so.
We don't fuck with our discourse. Sorry, that's a reference for another story we're going to be getting into it a little later with the Acolyte. Yeah, that'll be fun.
It's fun stuff.
We got one more story.
About that again.
Yeah. Oh, we get to talk about it, Slim. Don't you worry. It's coming. The dragons are coming. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
All right. One more story.
Coming.
One more story surrounding Ghost of Yotei. So just a couple days ago, the former Sony chairman tells the gamers just not to buy the fucking game.
Okay, so he's said this before about a different game. So I'm like, is there like an actual like tweet with a date on it?
Yeah, sure. So let's go down.
Because at first, when I first heard this, I'm just like, oh, they're taking an old tweet out of context and putting it into this one. But
okay,
I think I did see the current tweet.
All right, Ghost of Tsushima sequel. So
that's not him.
That's not him.
No, keep scrolling.
I'm looking for quote.
Where the
For the
fuck?
quote.
For the quote. Oh, here, right here. Date September 24th, 2024. Yep.
Yep. So Cody.
No date.
And he goes, first, it's a
24.
game and entertainment.
No, it's not.
A story. A story a team of creators believes in. They want to make this. Second, it's a game. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Famous last words for any entertainment project.
Yeah, that's becoming more and more common for people to say. You know, not just that, but like with the Acolyte as well. She's like, well, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's like, well, why would you say that to your fan base? What I mean,
like every prominent source of entertainment that's come out like a little like that gets a little backlash. Someone said that.
Well, and it's
coming. I mean, that never used to be a saying, and it seems like over the past year or 2 years,
You should take tips from Jordan.
Where did that come from? And like, why do people say that? Because every time it happens, it backlashes on them. So why does the next person who thinks that's a good idea?
The oldest project I can remember that this was about was with Brie Larson and Captain Marvel, because Brie Larson was on, I think, doing interviews and stuff. And she was saying how her movies were not for white men, and if you don't like, or maybe it was even before that with Black Panther, where they were saying like, white people, you have to give your ticket to a black person because this movie's for them.
Yeah,
I was like,
I remember that crowd.
Well,
that's so condescending.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Go out and find a black man and give him a Black Panther ticket. Like, all right, you fucking psycho,
you racist piece of shit.
What are you saying? They can't afford it?
What they should do is just take a note out of Michael Jordan's book where he was like asked to endorse like some Democratic person or whatever back in the day. He's like, he wouldn't do it. He's like, because Republicans buy Nike too.
Yeah, exactly. There's it's perfectly fine if you want to make a creative project and you have a target audience. Like a target audience is very specific thing.
You should do. You can't just have like, oh, this is for everybody, because then you can't make a good project.
I think
if you're trying to appease everybody, you can't.
I think
make something for somebody.
In the spirit of fairness, we're working on projects with third-party studios. We have like the board games, we have the comic book, we have the other projects we're trying to do. I think I would probably also be the guy who's guilty of just telling off trolls who hate the project, just then don't get it. I think I would probably also be guilty of saying this in similar context. I don't know. Like first off, I love how he has the it's not enough to have the rainbow flag in his
Oh, it's the two different set groups now.
Yeah, so he's got the minor attracted persons flag, and he has the LGBTQ flag.
No, I think the light blue one is the LGBT whatever flag.
No,
And
it's
the other one's just a gay flag.
so blue and pink are for transgender, but light blue and light pink are for minor, like young
Maps.
young boys, young girls. Yeah, so it's
What the fuck?
I
And then
don't.
you
Guy
put
in jail.
I'm sure he
put
just
all the
doesn't know.
glorious stars and stripes next to it.
Yeah,
Blasphemy.
yeah, and Japan's flag right next to it too. You guys can't. I don't know if you guys could see this. I'll try to zoom in a little
Yeah,
bit.
I have it up in the background. You can see it.
Yeah, so these are the flags we're having an issue with. First off, I would appreciate if the American flag could at least be first.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a bigot for that.
What a commie.
I am. Yeah, what a commie. Fuck.
I'm surprised the Ukraine flag's not there, to be honest.
Maybe there's a limit on how many flags you can have.
I don't know.
But yeah, so
That's what we need. More flag options.
but you guys are both right. It's when the people in charge of projects are telling the audience specifically, this isn't for you. Don't buy tickets. Don't participate. Don't join the game. Don't do reviews. We don't want to hear white voices, and we don't want voices that aren't that are white voices. Like, these are all things that they're being very, very honest about. Like, you
Right.
can't assume they're lying to you when they're saying that. You have to assume they're telling you how they feel in their heart.
In their heart of hearts.
They go to sleep at night just licking feet. And it's
like-
not okay.
All these shows that come out, it's like,
whatever
yeah,
you're
it's not
into.
for you. And it's like, all right, well, the people that you did make it for, they did show up. There's just not that many
Mhm.
of them.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, we got to really get excited about this last week with Agatha all along. Obviously, we were dancing on the graves on Concord. We've had some fun laughing at these studios, and on the meanwhile, I'm still having fun gaming. I'm still playing Bannerlord. I'm going back to Counter-Strike. I mean, we're playing My Hero Ultra Rumble. I mean, I'm still getting entertained. I'm still finding games. Like, it's your prerogative to make money. If you're not into it, that's fine. I do think that independent creators need to do better. I think that,
You
like,
need to do better.
yeah, do better, independent creators.
Gotta do better.
we need, what I mean is that we need more independent creators to step up and create. Like, we need more ground zero projects. A lot of people complain that, oh, they're ruining this franchise or that franchise. I was like, well, what new franchise has come up in the last 10 years to get excited about? Like, Warhammer 40K is getting like more silver screen like attention, but that franchise has been around for like since the 80s.
I have no
Yeah, been
idea.
around for a while.
So I
How
mean,
about that game though?
Space Marines 2. Yeah, see, exactly.
Oh gosh, that's so good.
So I mean, like you can create good projects, and you could even, if you want to keep going with existing franchises, awesome. But we need more independent creators to come forward with new franchises to get excited about.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
It's hard-
right.
It's hard to, just start a franchise.
Eh,
Oh, he's giving up.
wah, cry about it.
I gave up decades ago.
All right, so
Wait, what year is it? Oh, 31 years ago I gave up.
Ghost of Yotei was a fun story to talk about. We had a lot to cover. Let's jump into our second story of the day. Now that the tax documents have come out for Disney Star Wars, we now know that they have lost $230 million on this project.
Dang.
Yeah, the original reported budget was 180, which would equate to like 23 million dollars an episode.
Yep.
And now this has come out. I'm trying to, what the
230 million across that many episodes. And like, you pay your actors, you pay your actors, you pay your staff, you pay everybody to keep this project going and get it afloat.
The actors deserve to get paid?
No, please don't
Oh, okay.
please don't assume anything I didn't say. But no,
So now it comes out to $28.75 million an episode.
dude,
that
that
ended homeless with that.
you could have ended homelessness in America for that much money.
Yeah, but we got Acolyte.
We got the Acolyte.
Great decision.
Oh, that's funny. No, that's great. What was I? The other thing I was gonna say about the Acolyte was that obviously they canceled it second season, so they're not getting a second season. But You still have lesbian headlamp Leslie Headland, who's trying to who's pushed for the season 2 to come back. You have Amanda Steinberg, who don't fuck with no discourse. She wants the show to come back, and she's been on doing interviews and stuff where she's been talking about its cancellation and wanting to come back for a second
This
season.
thing will not die.
It really won't. It's super frustrating.
You die.
It's $1 million a minute that they spent on it.
trying to throw dirt in the casket.
The one thing to consider about this is that the fuck. Oh, we just got an Genji just for subscribe. I'd never.
Thanks for subscribing, bud.
We've really appreciated subscribers joining the channel, but it doesn't happen live, so that's the first time the alert has populated. So
No, it happened the other day actually on you too. So
Genji, you scared the shit out of me, but thank you so much for joining into the stream. We do have comments and chats posting on the screen, so let us know if you have any topics you want us to, or you want to hear about, or any questions you want us to try to answer for you. The Acolyte is the Acolyte's one thing to consider when it comes to how much money was spent on a project. However, Lord of the Rings of Power cost that's $1 billion 2-season project.
Yeah, I think
Goodness.
so. They had to spend like $500 million or whatever on the rights, and then another half on first season. So there's the $1 billion there, and then we don't know the budget on this season yet, but it's fucking insane how much money where's the money, Lebowski?
Well, the other
Where's the money?
Well, so obviously at this point we're talking about the Acolyte, and Rings of Power is just kind of segueing into this topic, so we're kind of covering both. But there was some news with Rings of Power where they were discussing how they had lost half of their remaining viewership into season 2. So they had bad viewership. You remember the ratings. You remember Amazon had the embargo, and they were removing all of the reviews that people were posting about Rings of Power season 1. Now
I don't remember how many people were actually watching it though. Do you have?
I don't remember the exact number, but from the beginning to the end of season 1, they lost 63% of American viewers.
Yep. And then
half of that for season 2.
Yep, they lost half of their audience going into season 2. So again, not trying to segue.
Quarter.
Yeah, they've lost so much. Well, I mean, you have these people. Oh my God, Rings of Power could be a fucking tangent for me. So I'm gonna do my absolute best to stay off it. I will say that the show
would agree with the show, right?
What's that?
Tolkien would agree with the show.
Tolkien would agree with the show. Right?
Never. I think. Well, Christopher Tolkien, Tolkien's son, actually had criticisms about Peter Jackson's trilogy.
I remember.
No, not his son, his grandson, Simon.
Okay.
Simon's the one that freaking hates Peter Jackson.
Okay, I thought it was Chris, but I could be wrong on that, so I'll defer to you. But yeah,
Chris was the chill one.
Yeah, Chris was the one who did the editing for the Silmarillion and the editing for his other projects. His work complementing his father's project and his legacy are, God, I hope I someday have a kid who's like, oh man, all these unfinished projects my dad made that are really great. I think I'll dedicate my life to making sure that goes smoothly.
Well, you have to build a legacy before that, bud.
Yeah, he's gonna burn your empire to the ground on purpose.
Yeah, that's far more likely. It's more likely one of you guys with the password to the YouTube channel will just fucking delete everything.
Delete everything.
It's far more likely.
Kill the past if you have to.
I'm far more likely to say some off-colored topic to Slim and have him just purge the channel.
Yeah, it won't even be on purpose, so it'll just be accident.
I was trying to update a video and just delete the channel by accident.
When you see the baby for the first time, it's like, it looks like a little alien, and they just purges everything.
Tell Slim, why is your baby black? Slim, why is your...
Talk about my kid that way.
But so
your life.
Acolyte Rings of Power. Let's recap a little bit on Acolyte. Acolyte Rings of Power. What the fuck did I just say?
I don't know.
Got there. No, we understood. We were gonna let it slide, but you brought it up.
We're rooting for you, Tox. We're rooting for you. No, so Acolyte. I almost said it again. Holy crap. Acolyte. So you had the project before the project came out. They were attacking the fandom for being racist. Remember? Okay, so they had that.
Yeah.
So they had articles coming out months before the project was set to release, and we were reacting to that, and we were saying, okay, this is a great start. So we already know where you're at with this. We already know that you don't actually want the fans to watch this. They said it was going to be super gay. They said it was going to like
The gayest Star Wars, yes.
it was going to be the gayest Star Wars. They made it very clear that lesbian headlamp, Leslie
Which is
Headlamp.
not even that gay, really.
Right, it really wasn't. I mean,
the Covenant of Lesbian Space Witch is, but
we've seen that before.
yeah.
But then you had the project get released, and you had I think a lot of people gave it a fair shot. Slim, you started strong with it, right? Like you
I watched a few. I watched a couple episodes, and then I'm like, this is terrible. So I stopped watching it.
I got to episode 6.
It just started breaking kind of like lore and kind of.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't even know you watched any of it.
I watched episode 6. I watched episode 6 because when we did our first reaction / review to it, several episodes had already come out, and we gotten up to the lesbian witches scene where it was like the power of one, the power of two.
I wanted to have at least a little information and
The
not just
power of
talk about the subject without
many.
seeing a little bit. And then the rest of the episodes I watched Jeremy's review on them to at least
Oh, yeah.
have an indication, and he never had a good thing to say about any of the episodes.
Yeah, I just watched other people watch it and comments on it.
Yeah.
I
He
think
was like drinking every of his episodes. He's like, well,
I'm on
I guess I'm drinking every Monday now.
run out of scotch or whatever.
unlike every
Yeah.
I think the Acolyte was unique in the sense that it really broke a lot of Star Wars like holdouts. People who were like, we're staying in Star Wars, Disney's like making not great shit, but it's still Star Wars, it's still the fandom I grew up with, it's still the universe I grew up with. And then
The problem was they released good things once in a while there too, at least what people liked.
Like
The
what?
Mandalorian and
Mando.
the Boba Fett book some people liked. The animated series I liked. So it's not like they didn't sprinkle in some good here and there.
I think season 1 of
Well,
Mando
that's
is probably the only good thing.
That's what like kept people at least like hooked a little bit to deal with this kind of stuff. Is
Yeah,
once in a while they sprinkled in good stuff.
well, and I think they sprinkled in. Okay, I hear what you're saying, Slim. I would push back and say they sprinkled in medium stuff. Nothing that breaks the mold as far as like great or good.
Fair.
But I'd say that
Agree with you.
I'd say Star Wars fans were getting this like taste of like they were in a desert, getting a taste of water every day, and they were like, we can keep going.
Why are we always on Tatooine?
The only thing I really, I guess, as you say that, I really enjoyed was the Bad Batch. I stopped watching the Mandalorian, and the Book of Boba Fett was good, like you said. It wasn't breaking any molds.
I can only think of like a few scenes maybe in Mando that were good. Like you got the Bill Burr scene talking to that one.
That was excellent. Yep.
That was great. And then maybe when Luke comes in.
But you had like even famous like
when Ahsoka came in, I like that as
Nah,
well.
don't care about Ahsoka.
even famous Star Wars YouTube channel. Well, famous Star Wars. I mean, like big YouTube content creators who review exclusively Star Wars, like Star Wars Theory. I mean, this seemed to have like really pushed him out of his like hold on Star Wars. I mean, Cody probably understands that better than I do. But
yeah, I mean, he's still like, hey, some projects weren't great or whatever, but he thinks Acolyte is total shit, and now he's an outcast.
Yeah,
because he thought Acolyte was shit.
That dude gets
He's not wrong.
That guy gets attacked on Twitter seemingly more than any other Star Wars. There's the Star Wars girl. Like, what's her? Like, I don't know.
Oh, that Star Wars girl.
That Star Wars girl.
Generation Tech too. That guy. I don't know if you know who that is, but he's pretty big too.
Yeah, we need to create more We need to go on Twitter and be posting more shit. Because then
shit talking more.
Well, then they'll attack us.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We get it.
It's funny. It's like
that's how we're gonna get.
You're all cool and dandy with everyone until you disagree with them on one thing, and then they'll just go and fucking try to cancel your entire channel and take your livelihood from you.
They went to YouTube. They went to
YouTube trying to cancel like Geeks and Gamers,
These
Nerdrotic, Star
fucking
Wars.
Karens went to the manager. Not cool, bro.
And they were like, it was about targeted harassment. It's like, do you realize you're doing the targeted harassment right now?
Yep, that's exactly right.
YouTube was basically like, they did nothing wrong, fuck off.
We got another story talking about the Acolyte related to Agatha All Along. Agatha All Along's ratings are they're plummeting. Like they did so bad, and then they're talking about like being canceled next to the Acolyte. All of the numbers that we've been looking at, and obviously the tax documents are. It's not advised to lie on tax documents, I would say. So I mean, like,
I don't think it matters if you're Hollywood.
Fine.
that's fair. That's a good point. But yeah, so Agatha All Along plummeting. You have the Acolytes doing that got canceled. I mean, Agatha All Along was immediately not going to get a second season. They knew immediately that it was going to be.
It never was planned to do one. They're doing a Visions show after this, and that will be like the trilogy. Wanda, Agatha, Vision.
Oh man, that would have been smart if any of them were good.
Yeah, maybe Vision will be good because they're turning stuff around and that hasn't shot yet. So,
Well, and you and I both like the actor who plays Vision.
Paul Bettany, yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, like,
great fucking actor.
well, and I like Elizabeth Olsen who plays Wanda. I think she's
She's got a couple good assets, yeah.
yeah, she's got some great assets. She's fantastic. But I actually saw Elizabeth Olsen like in a project for the first time. She was a guest star on Harmon Quest.
Really?
Yeah, she was one of the guest stars on Harmon Quest, and she was fucking hilarious.
Mm.
Yeah, she was she was so funny. So I mean,
She got all the personality out of that family.
a proud bitch. She might. I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, you forgot about Mary Kate
I forgot that I had no honestly.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that.
I
Yeah.
didn't know it either. See, like, oh,
Oh my goodness.
see, she was the she didn't.
Are you fibbing with us right now?
No.
Is that science? Is that fact?
Yeah.
All right, you heard it here first, guys. You're.
Don't fact check him in the comments.
This is why you.
I don't know.
This is why you come to Third Party Studios. You hear breaking news.
I didn't even know that was a secret.
It's probably not.
It's probably not. But no, I mean, Marvel, the thing with Marvel is that they have every single tool they could possibly need to continue to create billion-dollar movies over and over and over again. They just don't have any of the writing talent or any of the like motivation to do it since they can't financially fail.
I think this was like someone said from like the crew or whatever on the Rings of Power, and I think this rings true for Disney as well, is that they don't know how to make TV, they know how to make movies. And that's why these TV shows seem to be drawn out where like nothing happens. And there's
Sure.
only story for maybe 90 minutes.
I'm not convinced okay, so I hear you. I'm not convinced the showrunners for Rings of Power could make I don't think they could write a blog.
Oh yeah,
I don't
no,
think
no,
they could. I don't think they could create anything.
I was saying it was like not a cast member, a crew member. So
Oh, okay.
like,
So this
we don't do these fucking.
right. It wasn't an on the street interview. It was just a guy who said something. All right. So we all get to appreciate the fact that the Acolyte's not coming back. Agatha All Along won't be a second season. We'll have to suffer through Vision, but I think Secret Wars will be the death rattle. I think that'll be the death.
Well,
roast.
the next one is
2025, right? Secret Wars.
Captain African American New World Order or whatever the hell it is.
Soldier.
Yeah.
No, or is it Thunderbolts next?
I think Thunderbolts is next.
Nah, I think it's flip flop. Either way, they're
I
both
mean,
coming out next year.
You know what's weird
Or
is
this year.
every
I don't
time we
know.
talk about Captain African American and the world order of bad, I always think
Brave New World. That's what.
I always think that it's already come out and it's come and gone. I always
thought it did too, honestly.
Well, they've made this movie 3 times now.
Yeah.
So
well, that's
Oh.
not. It's still got some
Just
catching up to do to
release-
Blade.
Just release all 3.
It's still catching
yeah,
up.
apparently the first the first edit was so bad it didn't even go to like screening, not like screens, but like
Test screens?
test screens. Right?
Yep.
It was an in-house screening, and they're like, "Wow, we gotta change it up."
That's not good.
That's insane.
You gotta do better,
good.
Senator. Do better, screenwriter. But we've enjoyed the fact that these projects are flopping, and I think that we'll have maybe. I think even Marvel is going to have its Acolyte moment where it's like this
Is probably it. It's the same show. It's another lesbian coven of witches.
well the TV shows I don't think are going to be it. I don't think those are going to. I think it has to be a movie that's so like bad.
You got the Marvels. That was horrible.
Yeah, I agree. I agree it was bad. We watched it. We did a review on it. Go check out the review.
Yeah, as soon as the credits roll, I was fuck out of there.
Yeah, you didn't even get to see the last part. It was
Oh.
so good.
Yeah,
But-
you stood up right away and just left.
Yeah, I'm not sticking around. Have fun, guys.
Well,
But
it was like required reading to see those cutscenes.
well, the last Star Wars movie was 2019 with Rise of Skywalker, and that one actually still made money.
Right. Exactly. So like
So
no, well, even like I'm not trying to just shit on like I won't say who it is, but someone who I'm really close to had me pinned down while we were like having a conversation when he was
that you
smoking.
pinned down.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
Well, it was great. But
that's news.
he's asking me, he's like, "Hey, have you seen Rings of Power? It's really good. You like Lord of the Rings, right? I think you'd like it." I was like,
And then you ended the
What
friendship
the
with them.
fuck did you just say to me?
Haven't talked to him since. My
Well,
mom and sister both said the same thing. They're like, "Oh, it's not that bad," and I haven't talked to him since.
yeah, I disowned them. I don't even know if they're alive. I threw them out of the car going 70 and I didn't look back. But no, like there are still normies who are gravitating to these projects and they don't know. I mean, they don't know anything about, you know, the writers, like the way the writers interact with their audience or the way that studios like actively attack audiences or try to like remove entire like businesses through cancellation on YouTube.
Well, yeah. I mean, for me though, like when it comes to Rings of Power, I just know the Lord of the Rings movies. I don't really know that much lore outside of it. And so for I'd be like a normie in that situation, but I guess I see all the bad writing and fucking
It's
shit
so
that no one
bad.
else does.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, it's something to be.
you know, I just turn it on and crochet and it's fine in the background. It's like, what the fuck, lady?
All right. Acolyte out of the way. Let's move on to another project. We're going to be talking for a brief moment about Disney Plus. They are actually going to be moving into a password sharing lockdown. So they are going to be charging people to do password sharing, which in my mind is, well, in my mind, it's probably
It's a wise decision on their part.
well, it's a better strategy in my mind than what Netflix is doing, where it's like you must have a whole new account.
People completely just canceled it then with that Netflix thing. But at least with that, they're like, oh, okay, I'll fork up a couple bucks, you know.
Yeah, what is it, like 4 people that you can have on Netflix before you have to get a new account?
Well, no, it's so you can have I think up to 5 profiles on Netflix.
It's just you have to share an IP or whatever.
Exactly. You have to share an IP.
Yep.
And if you don't,
Yep.
yeah, the policies are like if you, like your device has to return to the home IP at least once a month in order for that device to be enabled with that with those credentials to be activated. So like your phone obviously doesn't attach to an IP. So like the mobile app on your phone works everywhere, even if you never go home.
Mm-hmm.
But with Disney Plus, what they're doing, let me see if I can highlight this. Nice. So Disney Plus, if you wanted to add an extra member to your family plan, you just add $7 per month to the plan, which is
That's kind of a lot.
that is a lot, but it's not $15 a month or $20 a month. I mean,
Yeah, whatever it is.
I think to have a decent plan on Netflix, it's like $22 a month, isn't
23.
it? $23 a month. So
Just got charged the other day. I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize it was that much.
well, okay, so just relative to like Netflix, $7 is a lot better than doing your own plan for
yeah,
like a
then
profile.
doing a whole nother.
However, you're right. That is a lot of money when you consider how shit Disney's fucking content is.
Right.
Like,
I think I pay that much for Apple TV, and anyone can use Apple.
yeah. So, I mean, well, Disney owns Hulu. So, there, I mean,
Yeah, that sucks because I kind of want Hulu, but I don't want to fucking.
yeah. So, I mean, we have Disney Plus because it's like attached to our Verizon plan. So,
Right.
I mean,
Yep, that's why I have it as well.
I asked for an opt out. I was like, can I not get that for free? Can I just make sure that none of my Verizon expenditure goes to Disney? And they're like, no, you idiot. Why
You
would
have to have free thing.
it's like
Take free things.
sorry, trying to talk to your cable company about I just want select channels, please. We just don't want our parents murdering each other. Sorry.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh man. So Disney Plus with the password sharing. So who does this affect? This affects I don't think it affects people with Verizon because your Verizon like you're on a family plan. I think that
It's only for that 1 year though, right? And then you gotta start paying for it. So it might actually just start charging you.
so we're on our 3rd year of Verizon and we still have Disney Plus somehow.
Oh,
So I don't know if like we're supposed to and they just didn't turn it off or what, but that's how it's currently.
that's how they have 150 million subscribers.
They can't
Because everyone on Verizon.
that's a good strategy. It's like, hey Verizon, we're gonna pay you to keep these guys on here so we can pretend like we have inflated numbers. It's frustrating. All the same, Slim. So you have Disney Plus through Verizon also?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you password share with anyone your stuff outward?
Well, my parents technically, yeah, because they're. I'm still like on just because it's cheaper. we're all on the same plan. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to justify it to us. Like, we got you. Like, everything's
Oh,
expensive.
you're grown ass adult and still
help
on a
me, I'm
family
poor.
plan? You poor.
Oh, you bet you're gonna have your
I'm a-
kid and your wife on your mom's plan too, huh?
Oh,
Just
You
kidding.
listen, I'm one of them porsies. So.
intergenerational family plan.
Yeah. I
It's-
don't have that generational wealth like you two, so.
What the fuck are you talking about? Dude, we're poor people from North Dakota. Like, we're not
I
like
know, I'm just kidding.
we just lost
Poor
4
people.
subscribers. We just lost 4,000 subscribers because we acknowledged how poor we are. Only rich people get subscribers. Oh, by the way, reminder: like and subscribe the video, share it around. All right, let's jump into another story. So,
Cancel Disney Plus.
yeah, yes, good job, Cody. You did it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
contributed.
Here's what we'll do. We got 10 minutes left for the stream. Slim, since you're here, why don't we let you choose? We could talk about Hollywood celebrities who passed away in the last 2 weeks, or we could talk about
Hollywood celebrities that should pass away.
your call, Slim. We could talk about either.
Do the celebrities because the great actor who voiced Darth Vader passed away, recently.
Okay, sounds
We'll
good.
do the dead ones.
We'll do the passed away.
James Earl Jones.
Can we be like sensitive about
Couple.
this for fuck's sake? We lost a legend, everybody. James Earl Jones has officially, well, whether it's official or not, it's reported. It's like James Earl Jones. I say, let's take this seriously, and then I make a bunch of stupid comments.
This
You're the
happened a
one
couple
joking
weeks
now.
ago, so we're in the clear.
Yeah, James Earl Jones passed away, but the kind of catalyst for why I wanted to talk about James Earl Jones was also because we had lost Maggie Smith last week. Or I guess yesterday.
Yeah.
So
It hasn't been very long.
it hasn't been very long. Maggie Smith, for anyone who could even possibly not know, she was Professor McGonagall in the Harry Potter series. She was also on Downton Abbey, which I had not watched Downton Abbey, but I recognize that it had a
People liked it.
huge following. People really liked it.
And
Yeah.
put respect on that name. It's Dame Maggie Smith.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not.
She got knighted.
What?
That's
Did-
sick.
That is kind of badass. Like,
She's a badass herself. During the whole, Harry Potter movie, she was going through cancer treatments and all that, and she just still, did her part and said, "This is bigger than me," and kind of thing, and I can get through this. And
exactly. Like, she passed away. I mean, she had a battle with cancer that
She lasted another 20 some odd years.
well, this was
Yeah,
I
jeez.
think that was like like the fifth movie is kind of when that was happening.
So
I
2005,
forget
2006.
exactly. I just
Yeah.
it was around those times.
Yeah, so it was it was a while ago, but
It's a longer life than I want to live. 90? Damn.
no one wants you around that long.
Started digging me a hole at 70.
Sorry.
It's like 55.
Attack you personally. Sorry to attack you personally. That wasn't what I meant to do. But I was thinking about this the other day because we put up a post on the YouTube channel talking about Heath Ledger and like what his best roles in cinema were. And I was a little surprised and taken aback that Brokeback Mountain was the one that won.
Oh, yeah, you put a
think
trolling
that was
option on there. People are going to go for the trolling option.
I don't.
Yeah, I was about to say, you give them a meme, they're gonna take it.
Well, okay, so I obviously had my own biases on what I thought Heath Ledger's like best movies were, but Brokeback Mountain was actually I pulled those choices from an article. So like I didn't those
You
weren't
couldn't come up with 4 different.
I didn't want it to
movies?
reflect my biases. I knew I didn't want it to reflect my bias. I didn't want like my choices to be the ones that we went with. I wanted it to like pull from somewhere else.
So you chose someone else's choices.
Fair enough, but I mean like the spirit of my decision was in good nature. But yeah, so I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking
Was he in that Bob Dylan movie? He played one of the 20 Bob Dylans in that movie.
bitchy might be.
What the fuck? I don't remember the name of it, but
It wasn't even close. Brokeback Mountain got 48% of the vote.
Yeah, Brokeback Mountain blew up.
what were the other options?
Dark Knight.
Joker, Dark Knight, Knight's Tale, and The Patriot.
Oh, he was really good in The Patriot.
He really was, but that did the worst. Wait, Slim, you have it pulled up? What did the worst? Run it real quick.
The Patriot got 3%, The Knight's Tale got 10, the Joker got 38, and Brokeback Mountain got 48.
Jesus. How many votes?
145.
That's pretty good.
Wow,
That's pretty good for us.
a lot of people like Brokeback, huh?
At least 50. At least
Like
50 people.
65 of them do.
But I was thinking about these actors who pass away and they leave behind a legacy as strong as like Maggie Smith's or James Earl Jones, Heath Ledger, Robin
You
Williams.
almost said Hugh Laurie.
I did, but I didn't.
Still got House on the Brain.
Still got House in the Brain. But we got obviously. Okay, where am I trying to go with this?
Yeah, where are you?
Question.
Lost?
I'm
I
just.
don't know.
I was just thinking about how we don't have that many modern
You
actors.
got Robbie Coltrane that died from Harry Potter 2. You got
Yep.
oh fuck, something Harris. That was the original Dumbledore. The hell was his first name?
But I know who you're talking about.
He's dead. Alan Rickman dead.
Rickman. Well, and Harry Potter, specifically Harry Potter, yeah, there's a lot of famous
There's
people.
a lot of alumni that are no longer with us.
I can't think of like. Let's fast forward 50 years into the future, or let's
You
actually
can do that?
let's say 30 or 40 years into the future, and we'll talk about the actors like Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Tom Cruise, like the actors who we kind of grew up watching, like Robert Downey Jr., like the actors who we grew up watching, and what it'll be like when the actors of our generation pass away. Will we have like these will we have these amazing movies to reference, or will it all be these Disney superhero movies? Like I'm looking at Robin Williams' career specifically, and I think back to Dead Poet Society, Good Will Hunting,
Like his more dramatic roles.
his more dramatic roles. Well, hold like you say it like that, but I'm just like you say it like almost like playing it off as though those are not some of the singularly best dramas that have ever been created.
Oh yeah, they're great movies.
Yeah. Good Will Hunting's really good.
And so like it's like Robin Williams, when he passed away, he had this tremendous catalog of movies and variety of content he had created or been a part of project wise, but he'll be remembered for like his greatest monologues and his stories, and he'll be remembered for being a great comedian too. I don't think we'll get like when God forbid Robert Downey Jr. someday passes away, he could be immortal. We don't know. It won't be The Judge that he'll be remembered for. It'll be Tropic Thunder
And Iron Man.
and Iron Man. I don't know that that's enough. Like, I think that it's great for us, but like our kids aren't going to go back and watch the Infinity Saga, right? They're not going to know who RDJ was.
I don't know. It could be timeless.
I don't know. I mean, it could be.
I'm gonna force my daughter to. She don't got a choice.
You're gonna like? Are you? Well,
Sit down and watch it.
which Spider-Man is going to be your kid's favorite Spider-Man?
She doesn't have a choice. She's only gonna like
Toby.
gonna see the newer ones. She doesn't even get to see Tobey Maguire.
What?
And
The-
I'm gonna enjoy that just because I'm gonna throw that in Snipes' face.
I'm gonna send this stream to him after we're done.
Why would I want her to see the worst Spider-Man?
Well,
Wow.
Well, I think. Well, hold on.
Prepare for hate.
Oh yeah.
I'm
So
just doing that. I'm just doing that to
Trolling.
spite Snipes. That's the only reason.
Right. It's all funny though. He had the choice to be here, but he decided to spend it with his family.
My kids,
Wow.
my kids won't know about Hugh Jackman's Lord of the Rings, or not Lord. Jesus Christ. Hugh
That was worse than
Jackman's
mine.
Wolverine.
Yep.
They'll only know about Henry Cavill's.
The
Five
cavalry. The cavalry. I'm gonna like. I'm gonna figure out.
Also having a stroke.
I'm gonna figure out how to do like professional like video editing, like out of like from a film level. I'm gonna go back through all of the like Infinity Saga and remove Mark Ruffalo from the Hulk.
And just insert Ed Norton.
Oh, I could do it. I could do it too.
Do it.
Would it be worth it?
No.
No.
The amount of time you put in just to remove it, and then like she just wants to stream it anyway.
I think the only good Hulk is in the first Avengers. Otherwise, he kind of sucks and is nerfed throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
Maybe Ragnarok, but
No, not even Ragnarok. The issue with the issue with Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is the nerf, but also Hulk and Banner do not interact like the way they should together. Like you don't see like the Hulk and Banner like their dynamic play out at all. And I mean, you like in the comics you understand their contempt for each other.
we'll go back to this. Go to James.
You just say puny Banner.
So you're talking about legacy and whatnot. A lot of people are going to remember James as Darth Vader, Mufasa.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this meme going around that everyone was like, he'll always be remembered as that one dude in Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
It's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I like it.
I love it too. That sounds great.
I mean, he's been around for fucking ever.
Yeah. How old was he? Hold on.
93. 2. 3.
God damn
What
it.
are you doing?
I'm breaking it.
Look at the dates
31.
up top there.
I was looking down here. I was looking at the bottom right. I fucked up. I'm sorry. Yeah, so
Jesus.
90 years too. Or around 90 years. Approximately. Jesus Christ, get off my ass.
God, your math sucks.
Anyway, the reason I brought up this story is because I really wanted to hear like your guys' take on like legacy and like what our modern actors will probably have to like be proud of. Like I think you have performances that you could still appreciate, but there hasn't been a good drama that's come out I can't think of a good drama that's come out in like 10 years.
All right, quick challenge here. Good drama, 10 years. I'm out.
There's been horror films I've enjoyed. There's plenty of action films I've enjoyed. There's a small amount of comedies I enjoyed, but I haven't really seen a really impactful, heartfelt drama in a long time.
Locke
is, I know, on your list, but isn't Locke a little older?
It might be 2014. It might just be in that 10 years.
Yeah, it's like just on the edge. Like, yeah. So that's my point. It's like we have actors who have phenomenal performances who are passing away, and it's terrible. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. But we got to remember that whatever you think about these actors and them passing away and what that does to cinema, just remember that the worst is far ahead of us. Like it gets a lot worse.
James Earl Jones he'll be around for a while because he did give up his voice to be used for like AI and stuff.
Sure, that's
he
fair.
gave everyone's like, yeah, go ahead and use it. I'll be
James
Darth Vader forever.
James Forever Jones. So we got one more story. I don't know if we want to get into it and have time for it. Do we want to cover that maybe next week? I mean, nothing really developed from it. We could talk a little bit about it if you want to.
2 seconds. A bunch of liberal white hating celebrities got on a stream for Harris, and it was very cringeworthy. And
Yeah.
I think Linda Carter was sauced out of her mind the entire time.
That sounds right. So you had who was really pushing this? So Sean Astin, Samwise Gamgee. You had Mark Ruffalo, Mark
Hamill.
Mark
Bunch
Hamill.
of nobodies.
Yeah, these are people who haven't like.
You had like the cast of like Star Trek Discovery or shit like that.
Yep.
Supernatural.
I do think that, okay, so I'm conflicted here. I'm like, do people care or not? I don't think that these people are talking to their main audience. Like, I don't think Mark Hamill, whenever he's like posting Trump hating shit on Twitter, I don't think he's ever getting like the reach that he would if he was just like in his circles. Like, you'd probably do better on Instagram or on even TikTok than you would on X as far as like reaching the Trump haters. Because X is really balanced out quite a bit.
I'd say so.
Like, I think a lot of people on the left are like, it overcorrected. Now it's just a conservative platform. I was like, it really isn't. It's really super content neutral. Like,
Yeah,
depending on
it's
who
just you're
you
allowed
are.
to say whatever you want.
Yeah. So we had this Jesus Christ. Just watching her, and she's like, yeah, you said.
Oh, and this guy with the ukulele, he sings the most cringeworthy song ever. Oh my god.
So
It was like a child wrote it.
So definitely worth going on Twitter and checking out. So these are the people. These are the people that we're supposed to be like, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna mourn when this time like eventually comes. Hopefully, a long life into the future. I'm not saying anything. I'm just don't.
Linda Carter was Wonder Woman, so she's got a bit of a legacy.
Fair enough. And then I just saw this one post is like, your misogyny is no good here. I'm just like, God, what a burn.
Yeah, okay.
We got
us.
They fucking roasted. We got roasted.
How am I supposed to sleep at tonight now?
Oh, they don't like me.
Mark Hamill. Yeah, we hardly knew ye. You will be missed. You just go off.
I
And,
wonder how much damage that car crash did to his brain.
well, I mean, you think about like actors who have had like complete breakdowns after traumatic experiences. Like Jim Carrey is probably worth like acknowledging in that regard. Like when his girlfriend passed away, that story really sucks. I actually feel really bad for him. I mean, he was an absolute tool bag after the whole thing, and what an absolute prick. But I mean, that was a shit story. That sucked. So I feel bad for him. Mark Hamill, I don't. It was like more crashes.
I don't know. Everyone's brain kind of broke in 2016, so.
Well, and COVID.
Yeah, that didn't help either.
Yeah.
No.
And I think Mark Hamill was probably not reacting to anything because conservatives really weren't allowed on Twitter. So he really
During that time, no.
He's really only now that Elon's on there like has an enemy on to fight against. He has a phantom to battle with.
I like how Elon's one of the most hated dudes on the planet right now, just because he lets people say whatever they want on his platform.
I don't understand like that is such a philosophical question that is like really screwing with my mind. Like you two, like we grew up in the 90s like thinking like, okay, I may disagree with you, but I'll defend to the death your right to say what to say it. Or I may disagree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. Like that was a mantra that I remember hearing quite a bit. That's how I grew up. I don't understand like where even like conservatives are at on that now. Like I don't know where conservatives are at. Like well, it's like when Destiny was based after the first Trump assassination. Destiny went off.
Fucking cock. And it's really fucking annoying and like angering, but he's got the right to say it.
Yeah,
he does. I mean, yeah, you can say whatever the fuck you want. It's just I don't have to like it, but I'm not going to try to get you canceled for it.
Well, and I'm a free speech absolutist on that regard. Like I might choose to self censor, but I don't. I mean, I'm
not going to tell anyone what they can and cannot say.
Right. I mean, I go down Broadway and I'm just like, you are all allowed to say the N-word if you want to. Just go ahead.
And then he gets stabbed immediately.
Hey, I didn't say it.
It's like a skit out of like a Family Guy when they do a cutaway.
Well, I figure
you go downtown, you just yell the N-word, and some guy's like, stab.
I figure you go straight to the what's the Bruce Willis series, the Die Hard movie? I think it's like Die Hard 3, where him and Samuel Jackson.
Live Free or Die Hard. No, that would have been 2?
I think it was because 2 was at the airport.
Yeah.
Christmas movies.
There's
3 was when he was in Harlem with Samuel Jackson, and he's got the.
Was it 4 that was Live Free or Die Hard?
Yeah, or it had to have been. All right, we have gone on. We're trailing. So.
Oh yeah, you're talking about where he's standing on the corner with the sign about the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing I said.
You didn't say that. You just said that one thing with Samuel Jackson.
Okay, fair enough. I was not clear enough. It's mostly your fault, my fault.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Third Party Podcast. We really hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much. If you did enjoy, please consider subscribing. Help us grow. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers. Share the video out there, and don't forget to smash that like button on the way out. Go tell your stories. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.